I'm delighted to have on the webcam Alan MacLachlan. Hi, Alan.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, not bad. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. So you've been doing digital marketing almost since digital marketing started back in 2000. Is that right?
Yeah, it's about that, 2000, 2001. Yeah, we started off doing a jigsaw puzzle site of all things, but yeah, I've been doing it for quite a while now.
So the jigsaw puzzle. So, I mean, how did that start then? What do you do?
Yeah, we were basically just selling jigsaws online just to kind of earn a little bit of extra income, but it kind of took off way better than we ever expected. It was like a part-time job at one time, but we grew it. And I mean, at one time, I forget, I mean, we'd done something like £250,000 within the space of like 6 weeks in the run up to Christmas. It was just phenomenal at one stage. It was massive. But yeah.
Just to say that we go back a long way, so I've kind of watched how your kind of businesses
Well,
have
you
progressed
helped.
over the years, and I helped
Yeah,
as well. I was delighted
you did.
to get involved with the businesses, and actually, yeah, I mean that was we had our own warehouse. We were employing lots of
Mhm.
people, and we're taking about what £20,000 a day or something like that near Christmas time.
Yeah, in the run up to Christmas, we could do 20 grand a day. I mean, and just on jigsaws, and when you think that's like a £9, £10 product, there was a lot of orders that we had to get out the door in a pretty short space of time, but we done it. But yeah, I mean, and as you know yourself, that's the power of kind of digital marketing. When you get it right, if you get it right, it works really, really well because you can suddenly serve not just your local area, but you can serve the country and beyond. So it's very effective.
And what was really good, because you were driving traffic through SEO, through content marketing, and also you had this newsletter as well that we kind of built up. And that was amazing, wasn't it? How many people do we have on the mailing list?
Yeah, I think we probably had just over 50,000. It was a huge number of people, and like when you think that's a very specific niche, yeah, to get 50,000 people was good. But yeah, I mean, so, as you say, like with SEO, we used that, and of course we used paid traffic as well through Google AdWords, which was fairly new at the time. But again, I mean, it still works really well now. So yeah, I mean, if you need like sales, AdWords is a good way to go.
Yeah, indeed. We'll talk about that in a second. So back to the newsletter. I
Mm.
remember how it was so powerful because if it got a bit quieter as it did in the summer, naturally, because people
Yeah.
aren't doing jigsaw puzzles so much, we could send out a newsletter and the orders, you could see them kind of tripled, didn't they? It was extraordinary.
It was really strange because people always think that kind of newsletters and email marketing doesn't work. And, you know, just because most of the time you do ignore it, there are some people that will take action, and you only need like a small percentage of that database to take action. So, you know, if you're sending out a newsletter to 10,000 people, you know, 1 or 2% of those people taking action can drive quite a lot of extra sales. And, you know, when particular puzzles came into stock that people wanted, we could sell out of hundreds of, you know, jigsaws within the space of a few hours. It was really amazing.
And one of the things I picked up from you, I mean, there were lots of kind of things, but what was the approach for the newsletter? Because it wasn't ever a direct sales thing, was it? It was more like a chatty, this one being really
Yeah,
good type of thing. Oh, by the way, we have an offer here.
we're never going to be able to compete with Amazon and stuff and prices. So therefore we had to build up kind of that local family business. So people trusted us. And one way to do that was just by being personable, really, just letting people know what we were about, what we were up to. And I think, you know, for whatever business you're in at the moment, there is always some unique angle that you can use in newsletter marketing. So, you know, if you're like helping another business, just give them help and advice rather than trying to push your products all the time. Just be honest, be helpful to them. It will make a big difference for a lot of businesses.
Absolutely. So you told the jigsaw puzzle business you had enough of doing that, and I can't blame you. Actually, it was jolly hard work over Christmas time, wasn't it? Crikey. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
and then you started
I was,
to move into sort of selling e-products over Amazon, and this is really, I think this is terrific. I remember you had this idea. You said, "Oh, Tim, I'm going to sell e-books on Amazon." You know, I've read something, and I think it's going to be really good, and it's proved right, hasn't it? So
yeah.
tell us about that.
So yeah, we still do a phenomenal number of books through Amazon, and the idea with books is great because you can, like, once you've written it and put the cover together, then you give it to Amazon and they do all the work. So they print and dispatch it. They do kind of pretty much all the marketing for it. So we've got books that we wrote probably 6 years ago, and they still sit on Amazon and they sell, pretty much all the time. And I think we've probably got about 20 to 30 books now that just tick over on Amazon. Some obviously do better than others, but for something that you do once, it's now great because kind of 6 years later, they're still earning us kind of money. Amazon are really good, like
income.
Yeah, absolutely. They're really good, and there's no customer service involved. So, from that point of view, it's fantastic. So, yeah, I mean, if you've got a skill or there's something about, a hobby, yeah.
Great stuff. And now you're working on helping small businesses, not just in Surrey, but outside in Sussex as well, with their Facebook marketing. You've been pretty successful with that so far.
Yeah, so I think Facebook is a massive opportunity for a lot of businesses. It's just they don't know how to do it properly or successfully for themselves. So, quite often businesses will run an ad because they kind of think that's what they should be doing, and they don't get any response, and therefore they end up saying, oh, Facebook doesn't work, or it's kind of like a waste of money. But it's just so often with these things, it's how they set it up. So Facebook ads do work when you put it together correctly, I guess. And so I mean, one of the companies we worked with was like a shutter company. They were doing blinds for houses, and they had tried it themselves, and I think they were paying something like £40 to £50 for every lead. I mean, it wasn't working for them at all. So we put together a new ad, like a video ad, and we're getting leads for just over £1 a go for them. So I mean, they were massively happy to go from kind of 40 or 50 quid a lead down to £1 or £2, and all it was putting together a different ads. So I mean, you can't think of, I mean, like blinds and shutters are fairly dull. They're not interesting. Yet that worked on Facebook. So it doesn't really matter what the product is. There was another one we worked with, a spray tanning business. And again, they generated like loads and loads of leads really quickly. So Facebook ads work when you know how to use them for your own business. Yeah. And it does, as you say, it doesn't matter whether it's a local business or national. It makes no difference because of the targeting.
So can you give us 3 tips then that you've learned over the years that might help other small business owners?
Well, I guess at the moment I would be using some form of paid advertising online, whether that's Google ads or Facebook ads. And I guess you just got to think how you approach each one, because Facebook is very much an interruption medium. So you need to use a different offer on Facebook to what you might be using on your Google AdWords and stuff. But it's all about targeting and giving people the right offer. So, think of something that your customer wants that not necessarily going to cost you a lot of time or money to kind of set up. So like with the tanning salon that we worked with, it was basically a discount offer to get people in the doors. With the like the blinds and shutter company, we were kind of showing, suggesting that their old curtains and blinds were looking worn out, and this is what they could look like. So it was like a before and after. And again, it just worked really well. So think about what your customer wants and how you can provide that for them very easily.
Okay, great. And how do we get in contact with you, Alan?
You can just do it through your own group. I mean, if you tag us in this interview, then if anyone wants to get in contact, just send me a message and I'll be more than happy to help them out.
Brilliant. Thank you, Alan. Thank you for your last words. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.